Our Hotspots magazine will celebrate 37 years this fall. It has been documenting the LGBTQ plus lifestyle and is the spirit of our Hotspots Queer Entertainment this week. It's sponsored by Broward Center for the Performing Arts. In the LGBTQ plus community, we always make the joke that size matters. And when it comes to Broward Center, size does matter. The Broward Center for Performing Arts The Broward Center for the Performing Arts is the destination of choice for LGBTQ plus South Florida for spectacular entertainment in a large variety of performance venues. Broward Center ranks among the top 10 most visited theaters in the world, presenting more than 700 performances a year to more than 700,000 patrons. And that's the reason why Broward Center is our presenting sponsor for Hotspots Queer Entertainment that we want to talk about this week. So as we focus on LGBT queer entertainment, we are going to talk about an Australian singer. Happened to be somebody that was on one of my cruises. Australian singer and actor Rob Mills made a recent statement in a new book and created international headlines after revealing in that book, quote, putting on a show, that's the name of the book, that he participated in an orgy involving his Australian idol and RuPaul's drag race star, Courtney Act. Act responded to his claim on the latest episode of the Brenda Call Me podcast. Act confirmed that she indeed was in a group sex situation with Mills back in the day. Alas, the drag race star made sure to clarify that it was a threesome, not an orgy involving more than 3 people. That's how she defined it. Our Hotspots Queer Entertainment, I think that's what we're going to explore. Our Hotspots Queer Entertainment headline of the week, Courtney Act was in Australian Idol orgy.
Splashed across the tabloids this week.
Across the glossies.
Bash mag slag. Bash mag slag caught in idol sex romp. The Daily Mail says, Neighbours star Rob Mills admits to threesome with drag queen Courtney Act and, in a separate event, drug-fueled flings with gay men. We had a bit of an orgy. Now, I'm absolutely gobsmacked by this revelation that Rob Mills thinks that 3 people is an orgy.
He doesn't know. He hasn't lived.
You know these ones that like think they're a player?
Yeah.
And then they reveal themselves to be barely vanilla with an admission like this. It's actually in his new book called Putting On a Show, Manhood, Mates and Mental Health. And he did ask me ahead of time whether it was okay to include that juicy little factoid. And of course I said yes. I was like, have you read my book?
Well, what do we think? Courtney in a threesome / orgy / however you define it.
I can totally relate because I didn't have sex, but I was also in an orgy this past weekend.
How many people?
We didn't. There were 6, but we didn't touch each other. But it was an orgy.
Wait, what?
We had sex.
You just looked at each other
What do
logically.
you mean you didn't
It
touch
was all.
Was it on Zoom? What was this?
all
Is this
in
a
our
circle
brain.
jerk?
This was in our brain. We looked at each other and we came
Oh.
together and we regrouped and we thought this was a great
For
experience.
it's because he was beaming in from Uranus. It was, they were all holograms.
Was it like a spiritual retreat, or was it like?
I'm kidding. Of course, a threesome is a threesome. Anything past 3 is an orgy.
No.
Because you can't call
I
it.
think
No.
that-
I don't think so.
You don't say
I don't
You
think
can
so.
say a
That's
foursome,
weird.
but you can't say a fivesome. So it's like threesome,
Yeah.
foursome.
Okay, fair.
No, more than 4 is an orgy.
Yes.
Fair,
Yeah.
fair.
5 and up.
All right.
4 is not an orgy. No, it's a 4
No,
or
4 is a
foursome.
foursome, and then more than 4 is an orgy.
What the fuck is that? 2 couples coming together. A 4G.
I know
4G.
4G, but I would say
but
even a
5 is an orgy.
threesome. I would
How
call
many
that
is
an
the most
orgy.
number of people you've ever been involved
Oh,
with?
Wow.
you gay, you're not
Good
going to get
job,
me this
Al.
time.
Of course I am.
But
we
we
want to know your
references.
reference.
You should be honest. What?
I'll tell you, honest, I have been involved in some very wild times. Which
How many?
numbers,
Numbers.
I am not going to
Number.
give the numbers.
Well, at risk.
But
You're not
Well,
going to give the
okay,
number?
I'm not
wait.
going to give it.
Let
But
me
you
ask
guys
it-
can give me the
Tell
number.
me.
ask it in a
Tell me. I
different
won't
way.
say anything.
If
Tell me.
orgy is defined more than, starting at 5 people, have you participated in an orgy?
I am not answering that question.
Okay.
I will say though that
I will.
anything that go ahead. So are you? I just want to get the definition straight. So are you saying collectively
Wait,
that a threesome
please
is
don't
not
answer
an orgy?
the question. What do you think? You tell us what you think.
I think more than 2 people, I would say, is technically an orgy, although I wouldn't use that word unless it was.
And what
So
difference-
answer
Unless
the other
you want-
question.
wait, wrong.
Please, please.
How many
please.
people have you been with at once?
I don't know how many of you big.
6.
Adidas.
Okay, girl, you thought that was a read?
I don't know.
I'm not going to be honest.
He's like, okay, gold chain.
What?
Okay, yes.
Come on,
Wait,
Homestead.
my question on your read about Adidas is that pre-Kanye or post-Kanye? Pre-Kanye.
I thought you were dressed up because you never said what actually you were. But I thought you were Adidas dropping Kanye.
No, he's cultural appropriation.
No?
from
It's
Party
obviously
City.
Run DMC.
Obviously,
But wait a minute.
Or,
Run
or
DMC was with-
I mean,
Again.
however you want.
Sorry.
But wait a minute. Are
I-
you? Is if you don't have penetration, is it still considered an orgy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Jesus, that was a fast answer.
Yeah.
Is it?
Well,
So if we all made out, if we all
if
touched each
4
other,
people got
Anything
together
with sex
and they were
sex, like
masturbating,
oral.
let's say everybody's
orgy.
masturbating, that's still an orgy.
Wow,
It is
I'm
a sexual
gonna make a phone
experience.
call after this.
Making out, I think, is still an orgy.
No,
Because
no, it's
people,
not.
multiple people are making out with each other. That is an orgy.
That's
The
high
orgy does
school.
not. Okay, all right.
What high school did you go to in Homestead?
For real, maybe we should all go to Homestead.
But you can't base
Exactly.
it-
Finally, Homestead's getting the street credit it deserves.
But
Yeah, Homestead. Yeah.
Yeah, make out in the
you
hallway.
can't base sex on penetration, or otherwise you're saying like
there's-
lesbians have never had.
There's
Exactly.
oral, there's nudity, but you can't
You're right.
making out. Come on.
I wouldn't say making
Then you're
out,
not
but
making
like
out right,
oral.
sister.
Yeah.
Because it should be sex.
But it is
Tongues
considered. It
can
is a
be
sexual
used.
act.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think, for the purposes of this conversation, I don't think we should limit ourselves to that Homestead standard. Back to the question in terms of the number. So you think if it's 3 or more, that's a group,
Technically.
and it's or well, what difference does it make if it's technical or not technical?
So that he can.
I
I don't
think
know if I'm being
technically you're
subpoenaed.
wrong.
I would say yes, it's an orgy.
Okay.
But if
Fair,
it's
that's
like
fair, that is
4
fair, that's
Wait,
fair.
more,
sitting at my table, it
Yeah.
is a subpoena. No. And what do y'all think? How many? 5.
5.
I would say
4.
Yeah, it's at 5.
And what's the difference? 3, 4, 5. Why are we
Four's
splitting
just
that
Two
hair?
couples.
Splitting that hair.
There's no
Always
like
works.
Because
a
5
random
is where
party
it
in
starts
there,
to
yeah.
sound weird. That's the only reason. Threesome sounds make like fuzz off the tongue, like the act itself.
Well, I wanna-
and
linguistic?
foursome does, but like 5-some just sounds weird.
I want to
At
read the
that
book because
point-
I'm also not going to give him credit if they were just making out and had a circle jerk. I'm like, nah, bro, that's not an orgy.
Wait,
Relax.
if you were in high school, if you were on a football
Well,
team
In Homestead.
To be
and
clear,
in
to be clear, we're talking
Sarasota,
about high school.
and
mango is
there are multiple football players. But what they're doing is
Wait a second,
they're
is this your high
masturbating.
school
Yeah, I went to
experience?
Sarasota.
No,
I don't think it's an orgy.
And
Wait,
and why not? And if there's 5, 6 guys. Wait,
That's called
a
the circle jerk.
fraternity.
Because there's no sexual.
If you are in a fraternity at the University of Central Florida, and there's
I'll
6,
play in a reel right up
there's-
here.
This was, yeah.
I don't know.
This is
It's called-
experience.
called his life
It's not
story.
playing on the
Yes.
mom.
and
He's
you're in a
having more
fraternity
detail than
party.
This is
the
E!
Ignore
True
it.
Hollywood
Let him finish,
story.
let him finish.
And probably everybody, with the exception of one guy, was straight, and they're all and that one guy had orange glasses, and
And his name was Al.
And came
could
twice.
be,
while standing in the
and the other guys are also
Wearing orange
masturbating.
glasses.
Is that an orgy?
Yes.
touching
You're
each
naked,
other.
It is.
If you're naked and touching your nether regions, that's different than just making out.
I think that maybe we were talking about high school. I think my standards, my standards for what is considered like an orgy or threesome might be different. I'm considering I photoshopped.
Yeah.
I
But the
photoshopped my
problem
birth
is no
certificate
one-
for one when I was 15. But I hope this doesn't.
No,
take
in
enough
this
of my
scenario,
understanding. I don't know.
Al, in this scenario, that is not an orgy. That's called a circle jerk. And you can't consider that when there's no oral sex. Yeah, there's no penetration.
Oh, there's
no chance of a
contact between
sexual.
anybody?
No, nobody
sexual
touched each
transmitted
other.
Oh, then
disease.
that's not an orgy.
Al,
don't
but
think
you've
so.
been there. Don't. It's okay. You still have time, Al.
Guru card revoked.
All right, Courtney, good for you. We'll get back to you on this. We'll weigh in on whether you had an orgy or not. Okay,
Or Al.
and speaking of, yeah, I'm pretty sure I have actually. LGBTQ plus news is vital for our community and for the broader world as a whole. We have enough enemies at Fox News. Tucker, Sean, and Laura are loud. We need passionate allies. Happening Out Television Network, Queer News Tonight, and It's Happening Out are literally out of the closet and into the headlines. Our community needs your support. Like this broadcast and subscribe now to ensure the growth of the entire LGBTQ plus community.